Hi there, it's P. Michael Brach with This Week Live. We're going to talk about Donald Trump and Mr. Trudeau. Trudeau's got better socks. He's obviously not a racist. His chin is still visible, and damn does he look woke. But how different is he from the blonde bombshell in the South when it comes to trampling our democratic rules to get to stay elected? Most of us are quite smug about our great country, and rightly so, by the way. After all, we are the makers of Justin Bieber, Pamela Anderson, the BlackBerry, and don't forget Ryan Reynolds. But is our smugness justified when it comes to our politicians? Who is worse when it comes to democracy, Trump or Trudeau? No contest, right? Well, we satirists think you may need to think again. We had to dig really deep to understand because JT cleverly keeps using these weird old English words that nobody understands, like recuse, redact, and prorogue, to get away with fratricide. That's murder, by the way, brother. Let's compare win, lose, or tie. Number one, Trump sends federal money to his hotels and resorts. Trudeau has the We scandal, where he has already admitted to knowing all along that his mother and brother were being paid by We before and after giving an untendered contract and money. Number two, Trump is under fire for using the White House property to promote his election prospects, which is against U.S. law. But Trudeau did much the same when he wrote We a $1.18 million check to throw him a party on Parliament Hill in 2017. We still don't know, by the way, if his mom was paid for that gig, because she spoke. Number three, handling scandals. Trump says this is all fake news. It's all a hoax. This media is against me. Our PM, polite Canadian that he is, got away with saying during his testimony that the We scandal is an unnecessary controversy.
Unnecessary controversy.
The Liberal Party equivalent of let them eat cake. He's even trained some news stations to call the We scandal the We controversy. Number four, let's look at how they handle evidence. In America, during the Ukraine investigation, Trump was called on to turn over his emails and files about what happened. The Trump team stuck it to the Democrats and handed over heavily redacted notes. That means blacked out. Trudeau, when called to hand over his government notes to the impartial parliamentary officer who was supposed to be doing the redacting around here, got a box full of already redacted notes. This is no different than arriving at a crime scene and being handed a box full of burnt ashes. Absolutely no difference.
Blacked out. This page. Blacked out. This page. Blacked out.
And number five, and this one really separates the men from the boy. In this classic President Small Hands versus Breathless drama guy, look at how they each handled impeachments. Trump tried so hard, but he could not stop Congress from impeaching him. He didn't have the strength. So Trudeau, facing about the same in his ethics investigation, testified, get this, before a long weekend, looking hungover, and jetted off to the cottage right after. And then, after promising that he would never prorogue Parliament, he did. And what does that mean? Proroguing Parliament is a fancy term for turning the power off on the committee investigating him and the House of Commons, where they keep asking those pesky questions. Eat your heart out, Donald Trump. Even We, committed to turning over evidence at the ethics investigation, is now saying, sorry, no committee, no need to turn over our promised materials. Trudeau shut down the equivalent of his own impeachment. And the NDP's Charlie Angus, who would have been leader if he could only tie a turban, and the Conservatives' Poilievre are jumping up and down, pointing at the fire. But nobody seems to be listening. Anger in the streets? Rioting? Demonstrations against this affront to democracy? Nada. And while Trump is polling down, Trudeau is polling up as Canadians are checked out and busy tut-tutting the crazy Americans and their problems. Cue the sound of a beer being opened and crickets. Game, set, match. When it comes to manipulating the system, the Donald looks like a wimp. No wonder Melania prefers a hug from JT over holding hands with the Prez. And when it comes to being smug about our democracy compared to south of the border, we may be just a bit naive. I'm P. Michael Brach. Thanks so much for watching. Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It's free, as I tell my relatives, and the bell. Have a good day.